Okey doke, we're all set.
All right, shall we convene the meeting and start with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Take the roll call next, Andy.
Will do. Stephen Casey.
Here.
Jason Sia,
Here.
Mark Gospaul,
Here.
and Chair Garwood.
Here. All right. So we are proceeding to new business of the board. And unless there's any issue, I think, are we ready to hear about 201 Main Street?
We're here.
Okay, so please come up and make your presentation. Thank you.
So this is HPC application 03-2024, 201 Main Street. The applicant is seeking a certificate of appropriateness for the proposed installation of a roof catwalk for the existing fire escape.
Shall I sign it to the paper?
You don't need to sign in as
Okay.
the applicant, just make sure you give us your name and residential address.
Okay, perfect. My name is Tommy Correa. I'm with Maximum Fire Escapes. We're the contractor here on behalf of Mario, the owner of the property.
Oh.
So drove all the way from New Jersey just to meet you guys and happy to be here. So anything else? Did I miss anything?
No.
That sounds just
Okay.
right. Yep.
Is your microphone on?
Oh,
Is the green light on the top?
it is, but
Oh, good.
It's not to amplify sound in the room, it's just so that they can hear you at home. So
Perfect,
you won't
okay.
notice a difference here. Screen. So would you mind orienting us a little bit here as to, or if there's a different drawing you'd like me to show on the screen?
So these are just sample images of products that we use. To the right, you'll see where it's right above where it says smooth. That's what's called bark rating. It's amazing what the material does for exterior elements. It doesn't allow retention of moisture, so it will not rot. It's a great product. It's a steel, carbon steel, primed and painted and welded together. You'll see on the left, there's what we call a catwalk. That's just a standard with catwalk that allow you to traverse from a stair onto an existing platform, which essentially is what we're proposing to do here on an existing fire escape. If you go further down, that's just the pictures of the product at the end, which primarily the paint. Gloss black, which is a product that we use very frequently and commonly with fire escapes. We could also use a flat black. That's also very commonly used. If you just please scroll down one last, that is the exact product, the brand that we use in large quantities. That's the same product that would be used to coat over the existing fire escape as well as the new catwalk structure.
So this is in the back?
Right, so the fire escape itself is in the rear. So now, just to clarify, these are two separate fire escapes that are in the rear that pertain to this particular building. Both fire escapes, I'm not sure if there's an image.
I'll just click around if you
Okay,
don't mind, don't mind me.
Right, so both fire escapes are, okay, so that's one image. That there is just a sketch to show the layout, the general layout. Essentially what's going on here is there's a fire hazard whereby someone would have to, in case, God forbid, there's ever a fire, they would have to escape the fire escape and then walk onto a pitched roof. The problem with that, in a dry day, no problem, right? But if it's wet, it's snowy, ice accumulation, you're gonna slip, right? And then you could potentially slide right off the roof. So what we're proposing is to put a fire code compliant catwalk that'll merge the two structures together and then traverse across that roof with handrails that are 42 inches high as per code with 4-inch spacing between the gaps.
Are you saying,
Sorry, go ahead.
well, my mic's not here.
I have some copies of the plans if that helps
No,
to.
well, I'm just saying that the two white walls, one on the left, one on the right, are
Yes.
those the two buildings and that's why landing, so to speak, is as big as it is?
So, exactly, so it kind of,
If you don't mind.
sure,
Just-
go ahead.
When you saw the front of the building, you saw Health Smart Pharmacy,
Mhm.
a second floor and a third floor.
Sorry, Mario, could you give your
Sorry.
full name and
Oh,
residential
Mario
address, please?
Racine, 191 Route 202, Somers, New York,
Thank you.
representing Reapy Corporation that owns the building. It's a family business. The behind the building is a parking lot and it downgrades. So when you go back to that picture that you were just looking at, what you're actually seeing is the top of the first floor. So the second floor, people have egress windows to go outside and they end up on a flat roof. And the concern is, if it's nighttime, they can literally walk, that would be, I think, towards the river, so maybe they're walking west. If they don't know where to go, they'll go over the building, right? There's no.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then above that, so that's still our building, the front left and right white walls are still our buildings. Now, the third floor come down out an egress window, or a window then goes down a set of stairs. They will meet into that red square and then have a catwalk that goes to, now remember, it's another story down. They have to go down a set of stairs and then there's a fire escape ladder back there. Because it probably pitches down from the front of the building down to the back of the building, maybe 2 stories.
Are
Or the
you,
first floor?
if I could interrupt, are you adding another stair or the guy by that staircase? Is that the one you're connecting to somehow?
I don't know if you can see it. I apologize. I just gotta look. I don't know if you're looking at the ladder, but there
Well, I'm
is.
looking at what I think is
They're
a
gonna-
man
Yeah,
at a ladder.
yeah, so that's the other building.
Yeah.
But right over there, you don't see it's very thin. There's actually a railing and the railing goes down this way along the side of the building.
So there's.
That fire escape you're seeing there is the building next door.
Okay,
There's an existing stair over
There is an existing stair.
Your catwalk is just connected to that stair. It's making for
Right.
safe passage across that roof.
Right, they're
Right
legalizing
now-
now fire escape.
Right now, it's, on a dark night or slippery night of ice or something, you're going over the edge. You're not making it to the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, safe passage. Yeah,
Oh, by the way, you're leaving because it's emergency, so you're really
Yeah.
thinking clearly.
exactly, right. So the fact that you're gonna have guide rails.
And they don't go out,
Yeah.
they don't go out on that roof regularly anyway, so
Right.
they're not allowed to, so.
Yeah, understood.
And so you really can't see it from the street or anything, so this is all.
It's all from behind, yeah, that's exactly right.
And the building out front is 2 stories tall.
Yeah.
But you're doing this, everything you're installing is down. on the
That's,
first
so there's
floor.
the front of the building, so you see where the Health Smart, that Health Smart sign, like just above it, that flat roof goes all the way there.
So that's where the roof is in the
And
back.
that's what you're seeing there.
Yeah.
Right, so then that second story apartment, they lead right out onto the roof. Third story goes down the stairs to the roof and then everyone goes off to the.
and it's diagonal, I suppose, to minimize the distance of travel, you know.
Well,
instead of
straight
having-
line, right? You
Yeah.
want to congregate and then straight
Yeah,
line
yeah.
to where you have to go, right? Yeah.
Okay,
Good point. I didn't even pay attention to that.
So that is actually those are some good photos there of some examples of things we've installed. So the catwalk itself will remain level. Even with the pitch of the roof, we'll be able to mount it on legs to keep it level that way. And then if you see the rails across, we'll do no more than 4-inch spacing across those rails with 42-inch high. And then it'll lead on to that existing fire escape that's currently there now.
what did you say the metal was, the material, it's not steel?
So yeah, it's carbon steel.
Oh, it is carbon
The
steel.
flooring, right? That's the bar grading. You'll typically see them in, some warehouse settings.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you said it was made out of something special, it's unusual.
No, just
Okay,
carbon steel,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, they're the only outfit that I did some research on where they provide engineering, certified welding, and they go nationally based on the research I've done. So
Yeah, okay.
we're not skipping on costs, of course, but we want to make sure it's legalized and everybody involved is satisfied with it.
Yeah.
Was the
It
rail-
looked like a new roof.
The roofing it was done new, yeah, it was too many leaks, so we just, flattened it
We'll
out.
be doing, not really our purview, but you're gonna do pitch pockets, all that fun stuff to.
So there's no pit, it's a flat roof, so I think it's I think they said it's a floating.
Right, right. So essentially the weight itself of the catwalk and as well as the legs do most of the work itself. We will add some additional tie-ins into the roof, but we won't do any pitch pockets and then we'll seal everything up with flashing.
Just, it looked like I said, it looked like it's.
Yeah,
new.
yeah, yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna lose your warranty if someone comes around and starts screwing into it.
Yep.
Okay, so,
Does the railing have to, have something every 4 inches?
Not vertically, but the horizontal gaps, no more than 4 inch spacing, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's higher in building code.
For a fire escape? Okay.
It's, well, yeah, it's the railing and it's the code, and it's just, you can't put a 4 inch spear
Right.
through it, which
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
So the fire escape itself, if considering if it would remain that way, it's pre-existing non-conforming, so it wouldn't have to conform, but because that catwalk is something that's new, yeah,
Okay.
it would have to
Alright.
conform.
okay,
Good.
any other questions? From board, okay, so hear a motion to, take a vote,
Make the motion, take a vote.
second?
Second,
Okay, so all in favor, of what's been presented, although I should say, just occurred to me, do we want to also vote on whether it's gloss or matte black, if they're proposing gloss, if that's an issue for any of us to opine on?
Keep in mind, you're in the back of the building.
Yes.
You're not seeing anything here.
I
It is,
understand that.
it's not something you have to deal with in terms of
Well, anyway, they were brought up in.
It was, but it's not part of
Oh,
this.
fine, so in any event, it's a black railing with gloss or matte to be decided by the board. Anyways, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Safe travels back to
I'll
New
see you.
Jersey.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys when we redo the front. Okay. I haven't come and noticed that the other buildings are nicer than ours.
Oh, that's good. to
Well,
hear.
we're getting there.
That's good to hear.
We are getting there. Next
Somebody
generation.
found that 4 inch space is really silly, I think.
Oh,
Never seen a fire escape in 4 inch space.
do we put the building inspector back to the building inspection team now? Like, how do we, I apologize, sorry.
No, no,
What would be the next step?
you'll get, the certificate of appropriateness will most likely be drafted tomorrow. It'll then go to the chair to be signed. When you have that, then you'll go to the building department, you'll get whatever permits you need.
Okay,
So
cool. I
it's
appreciate it.
basically where you are.
Yeah, I'll sign it as soon as I get it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, so we're just gonna wait for something to be delivered. So perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Thanks, everyone.
Good night.
Okay, we're on to the next item. 159 Main Street, HBC 04-24. The correct number?
Yep.
Okay. So JB is here. Announce yourself first for the record.
JB Hernandez, ARQ, architect for the project. This is a new tenant fit out for 159 Main Street at the lower level. It used to be the old Bob stores,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be there and now it's gonna be fast food is not, it's gonna be it's called Sense or Pecado. There's gonna be inside, there's gonna be frozen yogurt. They're trying to do stuff where there may be open mic on Thursdays.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so, the architect won't be doing karaoke though.
Yeah.
Famous last words, Mr. Hernandez.
So we're presenting today to you is the facade, which we're trying to keep as much as we can of the old facade. We're not touching the top. I think you, as we spoke before, I think you have seen the owners also have the upstairs and they have the, we're in front of you for the KD sign. The pro sign that I think we actually included in our also
Yeah, it was on the first page.
in the first page, yes.
JB, is this gonna be backlit or lit?
Backlit.
It's gonna be backlit, it's illuminated.
Yeah.
And it's within the sign band.
Yes.
Okay.
We try to keep that, we're gonna repaint that, and then, if you go to the elevation. There. What we're doing that's different now is, they used to be, if you recall, the old Bob stores, you could come in, the door was recessed, so we bring in the door out. And we keep in the same shape. We have an aluminum design.
Oh, so it's no longer gonna be a vestibule It's not gonna be recessed under the cornice.
No, it's,
gonna be flush
okay,
with the facade.
so, I'm sorry, if you wanna go back.
Yeah, go
So,
back to the plan. I didn't
It's
really
the-
pick that up.
There's gonna be, if you go to the picture, I just wanna clarify something that, there is a reset, the recess is gonna be there. Issue that the door is gonna be, there were two, I guess, two area recess. You have the windows, which are recessed about, 2-3 feet, and then you have the door, which is much further back. So we only eliminating the, we'll bring.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
So we maintain
The other
the other on this side.
okay. And
There we go, yeah.
are you changing the color of the whole, I wasn't sure when I saw your proposed. The windows are still staying as windows or?
Yes, yes.
Cause, and
It was just the rendering, yes, the way we saw.
are you gonna still have those safety gates or those security gates on the windows?
Roll down.
Yes.
Yeah,
Naturally, they're gonna keep them,
so could you go to the proposed, I guess, the two things is what you're doing on the sign, and the second thing is what you're doing on the facade.
Right.
So if you go over to the plan on the left side there, that shows the demolition, so the red on the
Existing.
right is what's the existing door that's set back from the front, so that's gonna get all demoed, and they're just gonna move the front door all the way out to where the front windows are.
yes.
All right, so in any event, looking at the facade, if Maddie, if you wouldn't mind. Bringing up the storefront elevation, it said proposed and existing. I guess that's what was confusing for me when I saw it. It looked like you were almost
It was,
filling in the
there you
windows.
go.
Yeah, see, everything's the same color. So are those, where it shows what I thought might have been filled in windows, those are still the
No,
original,
that's
but
just the glaze, and yeah, that's gonna be glazing,
that's all glazing.
yeah.
And so what are you painting? You're just painting,
We keep it the same color pattern that you,
right,
done right now,
I see,
Yeah.
okay.
So which is correct? Right there on this elevation, you're showing a 3-foot wide aluminum hinge door. But on the plan, you're showing a double 5-foot door,
Yeah,
so,
which, yeah,
well, that's the,
The elevation is showing sidelights and a.
yes,
Yeah.
the sunlight, yes. We're gonna go with the double doors, we will fix that to 100%.
so with the double doors, I know this is out of our purview, but with the double doors, one of them is gonna be fixed and one of them is gonna be operable. You're only gonna have a 2'6" opening, which is not gonna meet your egress. You may have to go with a 3-foot door. So just think
Well,
about that.
Okay,
it does say 3 feet, yeah, I mean, it's a good point, because it
Yeah,
says 3
yeah.
feet now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the plan shows as a double.
Yeah.
front.
Right, double five, and I know that one of those
Right.
double fives is gonna be stationary, and the other is gonna be operable, which means you're not gonna meet your egress.
Well, certainly it's up to him to decide to deal with the
Well,
building
but I
department
think
on that,
the
because there
point
could be
will-
ways around it, but that's not our, it's certainly good advice, but it's not in our purview from that aspect. Um,
so you see now that where the big Bob store used to be the sign,
Mhm.
and the band they have taken out. So now the KP sign is there, and we'll be adding the other sign.
So is that a glass transom? See, because your facade proposed, even, the windows look the same as the solid. There's a transom above the door. Is that meant to be a glass transom or a solid transom?
That's gonna be a solid, in the center is solid glass.
So that right there is
Yeah.
glass?
So whether you're doing the double door or the single door, it's gonna be, the
Yeah.
transom's gonna be there regardless.
Yes,
And do you know what door you're doing, single door or double, or is that still?
it's still, the reason we had that, we showed it in both ways,
Uh-huh.
is that we were discussing with the client, I'm sorry we didn't update the drawing, which was the best way to deal with this, was it gonna be like almost like a barn door, something that, which didn't work for security, but we're trying to find all the different way to be the best to access, or if there's somebody inside, like we said, if we were doing some entertainment, how was the best way to keep everything open? So that's what we're trying to,
So that's not settled yet.
it's not settled, but,
Okay.
this is definitely code compliant, the way we show it.
The way this
Yeah.
is now.
You
I
might
think
be up to
this
do
is-
double, it's up to you in the building department, there could be
Yeah.
ways to make it work,
Yeah, it's,
whatever, but yeah, so, okay, so what are we, all we can do is vote on what we see. So from a landmarks point of view, I believe, HPC point of view, you show it's a single 3-foot wide door with, is the aluminum,
Yes,
what color will the aluminum be? Is it anodized to be a white color or something
Yes.
else?
it'd be the same, we will try to match the paint of the bed,
Of the sign band?
yeah.
I see, so it'll say white somewhere on your plan, and we'll make that on the certificate of occupancy. So all the framing for the glass is white too, is that what I understand
Yes.
from your drawing?
Mhm.
And the existing windows are painted, the frames in the existing windows, are they white? And you're gonna make them-
There is the blue and white, that you can see in the picture, the way it's.
You're gonna make them all look white? They're all,
They're not, he's not replacing the windows on the
no,
side.
no, I'm
right?
talking about just the
Right.
frames.
No,
So you're just infilling between the two
and
sides.
that's what I'm saying, the frame, if you zoom in on the picture, you can see the frame is staying.
Right, but is the frame staying, so it's the same color, whatever's there now is
Yes.
the color it's gonna be, that's what you're saying, okay. All right, so,
Those existing two windows out towards the street, those are gonna remain. They're just gonna
yeah,
infill
okay,
into the windows.
so the color they are is what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a new single door we're looking at. It's gonna have a white aluminum framing for the door and the transom.
Mhm.
And then the sign is backlit somehow. How is it back, where the, how do you
This-
backlight
is
it?
this sign's not lit. The sign at the front is lit, the one at the back is not,
The one in the back is not. no.
it's not, okay.
Which one are you saying, the one in the back? What have I
This,
lost?
The round one.
on the back. of the-
Oh, that one. Oh.
I was
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
figure
yeah.
out what we were.
Trying to
supposed be
figure out
looking
where
at
that
here.
was too. That's just a sign. That's not backlit. And where does it say the main sign is backlit?
Is the front sign there, is that backlit or no?
Yes,
That's backlit as well.
So that's representing the glow of the yellow.
and that's the yellow that's we're trying to depict.
Staccato, is that somewhere?
And there is also, the one in Miss Lydia, it is backlit, and then we have the little halo against is that color yellow.
Mhm.
And, okay. All right.
How far does the backlit letters, how far are they, how deep are they, how far are they out?
That's just,
Can you zoom out? I just didn't get a chance to look at it. That's how long it is, but is there,
No,
do you have a
that's the
section
down-
view?
There's a,
Maddie, just a little bit.
There you go.
Just- I'm sorry, I thought it.
Oh, great, thanks, okay, thank you, I see it, I just didn't see it before.
All right.
No dimensions,
For the reds, circular.
Yeah.
sign?
that's the other one.
Go back.
I think we
Danny,
need some
to the
samples.
other is- How does
Okay,
that?
we can,
Sample.
we can bring. some
well, I guess,
samples.
just so you can see how far.
There's some dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Some dimensions.
setting it, I think
Mean
also,
for the font
since it's
itself,
gonna be a new front door,
if it's.
Yeah.
try and get cuts on that.
Well, the diagram is a little misleading because the 30 inches seems to go to a line in space instead of, I thought, the top of the halo. So is there some kind of a white backing?
I think
board
the
there?
30 inches they were measuring the band when the sign was. designed.
Oh, just to fit it,
Yeah.
fit it with it. I see. So that's basically how it'll fit in the 30-inch depth of the sign band.
But like, we'll be back next month, so I can bring some
All right.
samples.
And some some dimensions
dimensions
on
on
those two. So we know how far it is off, so that it's not like sticking out
Yeah.
beyond. Yeah.
Normal.
Normal, yeah.
Anticipated.
All right,
So
so
it's 2 inches and 3 inches.
we're adjourning this.
And
On,
then I'm sorry, we also have the pictures from the neighborhood that before we were talking about signs in the evening and, I mean, those kind of,
yeah,
we took some pictures in the evening, so.
yeah. All right, well, we're adjourning for you
Yeah.
two.
First time to find.
Okay. I guess then we're adjourning for you to clarify the door situation
Yes.
and get a sample of the Piscato sign or more information on the actual dimensions of the sign itself, the depth. And I guess, you know, the height and the length of the lettering.
I would also just tag on to that, the, whatever the door system is going to be is, you know, the
Yes.
cuts on that material, color sample.
You know, the white anodized and,
Yeah.
okay. Let's add that. All
Do we
right,
have a motion to adjourn the application?
do we have a motion to adjourn the application?
I motion to adjourn the application.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jake.
And we will bring, the other one as well back.
And a tasting menu from Piscato.
Yes.
Yeah, about the illuminated, so we'll talk about that when you come back, and you'll have more information from me.
Okay.
Which sign is this?
The one that we.
The KD?
Well,
They illuminated that one too?
should we include that in the,
Good question.
I think that was under a
It's
different,
under a different number.
Yeah.
This was a separate application.
so,
You can do it all, if you can all get it on for the next meeting, that would be great. But I believe KD was a separate application.
It was.
there was,
Yeah.
definitely was.
Treat them as two separate things for that
Okay,
purpose.
so I can bring information on that as well. And
Yeah, and we'll take another look at it too. I mean, I haven't been by there in a while.
Yeah. When they come back, definitely include photographs of it at night.
Please. So we'll just know that they were careful to turn the light. I think it's off now, right?
I haven't been by
Yeah.
lately.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. If I could, just ask if, I don't know if you'd like to talk, Steve, if we have a few more minutes, if you had anything more to tell us about your idea. of the,
What I'm doing is I'm started playing with this and I got more and more involved, but what I'd like to do is PowerPoint next time.
Well, that
And
would
I'll
be
send it
wonderful.
to you and then we can walk through it.
Oh, that would be terrific.
Great.
Thank you very much for doing that.
Kind of, I started with a Word kind of document, so this is pretty, really informative, so it kind of mushroomed a bit, but, so at the next meeting, if we don't have a loaded agenda, we could do that.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Okay.
Look forward to that.
Just a side note, I might be having an application coming through for myself.
Oh, okay.
You'll have to recuse yourself.
Yes, I'll have to use myself for solar panels, to put them on my garage.
Oh, good for you. Well, coincidentally, we also have a solar panel design guideline.
There goes the magic, I already brought it up.
All right. That's good.
Yeah, no, they put in for a permit and they didn't quite realize. Joe got it and he kicked it back and sent a letter to. Board, so. Didn't send it our way for appropriateness. It's technically not on the historic structure, it's on. Yeah, we know 250 garage, but you can't see them.
Okay.
Well, we'll try to go easy. I think we good.
All right.
It definitely doesn't have the white grid.
They better be historically accurate solar panels.
Yes.
All right, so, I think unless anyone has any new business to discuss, I don't have anything on the agenda for that, but.
You know,
Any topics?
just
Pardon,
a question, if you go down to, the area by the railroad and you know that coffee shop there?
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, coming back, there's something going up on one of the buildings down there.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, is that in or out of her purview, or is that?
that's
I
not,
don't even know what's
that's not
going
in
on.
our, it's not in the Main Street district. And
No.
there's nothing designated to my knowledge down there that's
There
being
isn't,
affected.
no, okay.
It's, I think the address is 59 Water Street. It's,
Oh.
I think they added a story,
Yep.
but I think it's outside just a little bit. Do you,
It's not in the district.
yeah.
Lucky.
Okay.
Anyways. All right,
All right.
so, thanks for bringing it up, but
Nothing.
you never know if something gets overlooked, so it's good to bring it up. All right,
One
Yeah,
last thing.
please.
So, last night,
Oh, yes, thank you.
on behalf of, Chair Garwood, I presented, what the HBC has been doing over the course of the year and what we're working on. And, They appreciated all of our fine hard work and wanted to say thanks to everyone. It means a lot that we retain the character of our fine village. And we are appreciated.
Thank you for doing that and thanks for bringing it up.
Oh, sure, no problem. It's nice to be appreciated.
All right, so with that, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second.
okay, we are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Turn off your mics.
How goes your